Hello everyone, my name is Jean and welcome back to my channel. We are in my city zoo and we are again working on the South America trail. But before we are starting to get into the actual habitat that we're gonna build today, I wanted to show you something real quick. Because throughout the whole zoo I now made these little panels which always have a year on them. So I just wanted to give my zoo a bit more lore, so you can now everywhere see when that particular part of the zoo is like built in universe. So for example, the South America Trail is built in 2014. I think I might need to like give certain habitats like signs for themselves, because I don't think that a whole South America trail, like I think in my mind it's like having 6, 7, 8, something like that habitats. I don't think that would be really feasible for a city zoo to do in 1 year, but yeah, so maybe I need to change that a bit. But as of now, all of this was built in 2014, so it is already not like old, but it is over 10 years old, this part of the zoo. So yeah, I just like this kind of lore. And also you might have already seen that the vivarium is gone, because apparently if you watched the last video, I deleted my attempt, like the old attempt at a South American temple, but I forgot that I used the same group for the vivarium, so now the vivarium's gone. And I am like, because I'm thinking of this like as an opportunity. I could rebuild the vivarium, or since I am already using mods here, I am thinking of making this an exhibit for some kind of bird. Like, I don't know, like, let's take a look at it. So, a habitat animal from South America, and we could go with, because I actually, like, we could do the harp eagle, but I don't think that's, okay, 80 square meters, but like, I don't think that's enough space, like, even if I did all of this, because like I wanted to be able to fly just a little bit, so I guess that's a no. But I know I had some other, like the peregrine falcon. Could I do that? I don't think so. Like, yeah, I really want to, but I don't think that would not work that well. So what a bummer. I don't have any other bird mods that I could use that are from South America. So maybe I just need to like think about this a bit further, and let's now go to what we actually want to do today. So we are going away from the loud flamingos and the ocelot habitat and the saki habitat, and good news, I don't know what was wrong with my game, but now they actually do climb, even though at the moment no one says climbing. That's just because I wanted to show it to you that they're climbing. Of course, they're now not climbing, but I promise you they are now climbing. So that's good. But yeah, let's go to where I want to do the next habitat, and this would be this. And we are doing the bush dogs today, and for them I had the idea that we have the main road that is going something like this, yeah, something like this, and then you could go like almost like a hidden path, and you could go all the way around the bush dog habitat. So bear with me, because I actually don't know how much space the bush dog needs. I'm just making a rough layout here, like maybe that's not enough, I don't know, we'll see. That looks tiny. That looks really tiny. Maybe let's check out how much they actually need. 500! Yeah, no, that's not enough. Okay, let's go until the... back until the ocelot habitat, but not join. Don't join. Maybe make it a bit nice. That's not nicer. What am I doing here? Yes, that's better. And now back here. I think that's better. Yes, that's better, I think. And yeah, so the actual idea is that you can take a quick detour to see the bush dogs. It would be nice if the bush dog would actually be like a shy animal. Okay, no, they're not. Like, that would have been perfect, because like then you had like this little nook where you can see the bush dogs, but yeah, apparently that's not happening. I mean, that's happening, but not because the bush dog is shy, so... But yeah, I think that is the rough layout, and now I just need to build it. And I started building this with the decision that I wanted to have a little waterfall in here, and also this is gonna be the beginning of a river that I am planning on incorporating, maybe not all the way through the trail from this point on, but like through at least 3 habitats. And yeah, I'm starting with the bush dog habitat, obviously. Who could have guessed? So yeah, I first laid out roughly the shape of the river, and in the end I'm focused more on how I want the river to be inside of the bush dog habitat, because I figure when I am building the next habitats I will make adjustment to the river anyway, so there's literally no point in me trying to do it right now however I want it. So yeah, I just did a little bit of the river. I made sure to line it up with the glass barrier so that I can actually get it to work only for a portion of the river that I'm doing. And yeah, then I decided to have, because otherwise it would be boring, I decided that I want half of the habitat to be viewed from a higher angle. So I quickly needed to do that, because of course that wasn't the plan before. It took me way longer to actually get these bridges to work again. That was quite annoying, not gonna lie. But in the end, and thank goodness for free build, because I don't think otherwise it would have... No, because I think otherwise it would have cost me even more nerves than it already did cost me. But in the end, I got there, and I think the end result makes me realize it really was the right decision to make it a bit higher up. I think I could have made a mistake right there. So I am pretty sure about the layout, but what I am not pretty sure is how big are bush dogs? Like, are they big animals? I think I need to put them in the habitat now, just to check if I can actually like do like what I want to do. So let's quickly do that. And here they are coming. Come in, we're open. Okay, they're tiny. They're really tiny. Okay, now let's please get over here, just so I can measure you up against the wall that I'm currently building. Yep, that's... that looks a bit climbable. Okay, but I mean, if I just make all of this higher, it should be okay. Like, it's not something really bad. Like, I can work with that height. That's okay. And I actually think I need to put these up even more anyway. Oh, no, okay, I don't. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, but that should be high enough. I mean, if I put a fence up there, like, so that the guests can go there, I don't think the bush dog is going to be able to escape. I think that's fine. Okay, you go there, buddy. I'm just gonna build your habitat now. In pause mode. After I was really sure that the bush dog can actually not escape by climbing up my little rock wall, or the beginning of my rock wall, I got to work on making it a full rock wall with even more rock? No, mud. Did I say rock twice? Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, I put the mud wall all the way on the higher part, because I just thought that would be a good way to hide the ugly terrain underneath. And while figuring out that I wanted to use the stalagmites from the Twilight pack, I also used the bigger one, and actually I really like the bigger one, like the underside of it, like, which is a bit darker, even though, like, in my habitat it's the same color as the other stalagmites, but it's somehow darker. I don't know, but I kind of like it, so I just used it as my stones. And also, I think you already know what I did. Like, also I'm quite too late now, because it already happened, but you could also see me using the same trick that I now do for all my habitats, where I put the rocks in with a line to surface and then put them all in one group and put them down. I had a lot of fun decorating this habitat with the plants. I think this is so far the best habitat plants wise, or at least I felt while doing it that I finally got a hang of it, how to mix a tiny bit of tropical plants that are there for immersion with all the temperate plants, so that it still looks like a South American, like, rainforest without it being one, so that was kind of nice. Next on my list was making sure that the guests can actually see the bush dogs from below, from the area that is not as high, and for this I decided to use my trusted bamboo pieces. Honestly, I think this will be my most used piece or material in the whole South America trail. So yeah, it's nothing fancy, it's just a few bamboo pieces and a bit of glass in between, and then I just copied it over to where I want the two viewing areas to be that you can see from that side. After I was finished with the two viewing areas, I wanted to somehow hide the habitat barrier a bit, and at first I wanted to do another temple, but I was lazy, so I just copied the one that I already made for the Zakis in here. I did a bit of revising, so it's not the same temple, but let's just not call it original, shall we? It was a bit of a weird thing for me to try to fit this one, because somehow it just didn't want to fit like what I wanted to do, so I don't know. It was like, also I realized it's not really like all the sides are not the same length. I did not realize that when I built it for the Zakis, because it didn't matter for them, because the Zaki temple you're only seeing from like two angles, so it doesn't matter if the other two are not like the same height, like no one will notice. But with this I noticed, and that is, spoiler, why I put a lot of plants on top of that, just so I can hide it a bit, because there was no way I would try to get this symmetrical again. or get it symmetrical. Like, no way. Because I put the temple there, I was required to change the way the little river was going, which then led me to changing the way I put the stones down, and then I also realized I wanted to have more stones and added temperate rocks on top of the stalactites, stalagmites, and the little ones from the aquatic pack. Now there are just a few things left to do, and the first thing that I did was making sure it looked a bit more tropical by adding a lot of trees. The second thing was making sure there is a fence in between the raised terrain and the actual habitat, and for that I used the same fence that I already used for the Zaki and the flamingo, just to keep it consistent. I put a little nice new ceiling? No. I mean, that's the ceiling piece, but it's the floor. I put new flooring on top of the bridge just to make it look a bit less Asian and more South American, which I think worked really well. The last thing that I recorded, or that was being recorded in the right way, was how I did the rest of the habitat barrier, and that's just simple bamboo pieces stuck together, and that's the habitat barrier. So instead of showing you the time lapse of the last few things I did, we're just gonna take a little stroll through what I built that was not really recorded. So we are currently at the end of the ocelot habitat, and here you can see the Saki habitat, and I just made sure that you can't really see the bush dog habitat from here, so your focus should be on this habitat and not on the other side. Like, you can see a few glimpses here and there, but that's all you can see. You should look at the Saki habitat, and this is gonna take you all the way around where you can see again the Zakis, and move a bit faster. Now, that is where you are entering the actual bush dog habitat area. So yeah, as you can see, you're just like greeted with the nice little viewing area for the bush dogs, and you can see a lot more planting than what I showed you, but I think that's a given. I can't show everything in here. And then we are walking around here. You can see also the planting that I did that wasn't recorded. And then we are at the second viewing area for the bush dogs, where no one is, but I think currently we only have 2 bush dogs, so that's not really that surprising to me. Maybe I should add more, and I'm sorry for the lag that we just encountered. And here we have this beautiful little waterfall, which I admit is like kind of a focus point, even though on the other side you have the habitat where you can actually see the animals. But I don't know, I like the idea that you have like the beginning of a river with this waterfall, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And now we are getting up a bit, just so we are on the higher terrain now, like this, and then we are up and can look at them from here. And don't worry, the other side is, I will make something with it, but since I am not sure how the rest of the America Trail is gonna come out, I just did not do anything except for the border, so that is at least already done, because I will not put the path anywhere else, so that's fine. But anything else could be potentially deleted again, and I didn't want to do something that I would potentially need to delete now, later, not now. Here's the beautiful temple with a lot of plants. Like I said, I needed to put plants up there. It was driving me nuts, so plants it is. Also, I still think this habitat is a bit too big for 2 bush dogs. At the same time, I think I can put more in here, but I have like Planet Zoo Plus, so the size requirements are not the same for everyone. else, and they are not like the ASA compliant ones. So I'm thinking of maybe just putting 2 in here. And I mean, we did solve 1. So I guess my way of doing habitats where I want the guests to be able to always see one is still working, even though we haven't seen both. So yeah, that is the habitat. Just to give you a little overview on where we are right now. So we are making good progress. Like, look at this, 4 habitats in already. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the next episode will be, like which animal. I have like 2 that I'm thinking of, but both will not be from the America Animal Pack. It's either the 9-banded armadillo or the giant otter. So I hope you would still like these 2 habitats built. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and I hope we will see each other in the next one. Bye!